Are we live?
Don't know.
Oh my god, okay. Are we
Let's
live?
see.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Neil
God.
Doherty. What is
Can you
going
see
on there? I
everyone?
don't know. Literally. Neil, good question.
We're on.
Oh, we are on, because I can... Hang on, I need to turn this down, because it's going to...
Yeah, turn that
Oh,
off. Okay. Gary, can you put me on mute, please?
hang on, I put... Sorry, I did... Oh, God. We know
Just
what
got to
we're
put me on
doing.
mute so I can't hear myself. That'd be good.
No, I've done even better than that. Turn the whole thing on mute.
Alright, you're going to keep your hood on the whole time.
Well, I don't know. No.
Can you put it
I
down, please?
don't
I'd
even
like to
like
see
it.
your face.
No. You see my face.
Can you...
Well,
Gary,
and
can you...
Mars, you've got something running that's got the sound on.
No, I don't.
Oh, it's on my phone.
Yeah, well, there you go, you tool. Goodness me.
Sorry, this is shambles.
Truly
Hello,
Timbot.
Lorena. Hello,
Hello.
Craig D.
Got 10 people with us. Got
Craig
10
D. Hello,
people.
Miles Purnell.
Hello.
Hello, Ollie Jenks. Hello, Chimp Pimp.
Chimp
That's a bit
pimp.
seedy, but fair enough. That's what you want to do with your life. Actually, Alexandra, all right?
Right.
Diddly diddly diddly, how are you? Yeah,
Oh,
thank you. Actually, not a Tim
bit,
Pot. It is a Tim Pot live
got a bit of
stream,
Friday there,
Alexandra.
mate.
Yeah. What?
Lorena said she's got up early for this, and it's just not worth it, is it? I'll go back to bed.
Lorena, it's 1:30 in the in the afternoon. Oh, unless you're
Not in
like in
America, it's
America.
not.
Oh, where are you from? Ooh, just out of interest.
Something weird is going on there.
There's 10 more people than last week. We haven't done this for about 4 months, so yeah.
I've got 9 people, Gary. I've got 9 people listening.
I've got. What do you mean you've got 9 people listening? We have, Miles.
Yeah,
You're so
just me.
typical of you. Yeah, I've got 9 watching now.
Okay,
Hang on,
great.
I'm gonna
That's good.
just
We're aligned. Oh God. What's an old fair kitchen roll as well?
Oh, that never happened in a live stream
That's
before.
so nice. How lovely.
I turned off
And
the.
we got Craig.
Hi, Craig.
From
Stop
the
talking
quiz.
amongst yourselves, listeners. Talk to us. Do you know what I mean?
I might shoot
No, I'm joking. No, it's Craig. Oh, Miles, you will know Craig. Thanks. He said he's from the XFM
we had a
quiz.
drink at the quiz.
Did you not want to have a drink with me as well, Craig, or maybe another time we could?
Anyway,
no, just think about it.
I
might shoot off. Neil, shoot off. Yeah, it's not worth it. Well, we have got going.
All right.
What else is there to do?
Anyway, all right. Well, let's get formalities out of the way. Welcome to the Two Trout Spinners with Miles and Gary. There are 10 people listening. This is going to be a recap of Series 3 today. Filled with lots
a
of
leisurely one. A leisurely.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to take it too seriously.
No, like Miles.
Because well, you should see my page of notes, mate.
Ridiculous.
I've got quite a lot of notes.
You should see my notes. It's just one line on a page. Nothing.
I know. Anyway, how are you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. You?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Can't really be able to do a live stream, but do you know what I mean?
Well,
no, I can really. I'm joking. I love it.
Yeah, don't.
I love these live streams. I might do a live stream afterwards, but for my own channel. Do you want to brush on from that?
I do want to brush on from that. No one's really
interested. Chess. Follow me.
Yeah.
I'll do some poems later as well. If you guys want me to do some poems, I'll do poems. If you don't, I won't do them.
Yeah, Gary's been practicing a lot of poetry on your own channel, haven't you? And some of them are sort of funny. Some of them are more political, sort of satire.
Such an underhand, compliment.
I like some of them, and you said they went well in your stand-up, so.
No, they are good. Good. Right. I only did one actually. Hi, Gary. I did ask if you were showing up. Well, did you then come down to Brighton and see me?
I tried to get off you. I tried to get off the subject of Gary.
Yeah, I said to Miles before you go. If you are going to don't be a little dickhead. For so many reasons.
Impossible. Anyway, guys, we've got a bit of XFM Broad news because Ricky, Steve, and Carl are all in the news for different reasons. I thought it'd be quite nice to sort of start with there. But then looking forwards, I've got a bit of a quiz that I'm going to tempt you with. Looking forwards as well.
Yeah.
So I've got a bit of a quiz for you to try your hands at, Craig and everyone. You should be well. You should got your sort of practicing.
Abort, Neil. Yeah, abort journey. It's close, mate. Yeah.
Right, where do you want to
Right,
start? Do you want to start with Carl News, Ricky News, or Steve News?
This
Where
is
do you
like
want to
feels
start?
like blind date.
Yeah.
I'll start with car news because I know the order you've got it in because you showed me earlier.
Okay, so I don't know if anyone's watched Moon
Hello.
Knight.
Oh, sorry, Maya.
Oh, okay.
It's her
Sorry, I'll be
birthday.
quiet.
I'm sorry, but it's Maya's birthday. Can you
happy
get a pound
birthday.
off? No, you can pay an extra pound for the sunshine touch cheek. No, but happy birthday, Maya. And sorry, go on, Mars.
Cool. So have you? I'm guessing you haven't watched Moon Knight, the new popular Marvel series streaming on Disney
No,
Plus.
but I thought he was in the thing about John Darwin, the canoe.
Well, we'll get on to that. But no, the Moon Knight, which is Oscar Isaac plays him. He's like a kind of, I don't know, guy who sort of struggles with insomnia, but he's also this kind of Egyptian superhero type thing. It's very strange. But Oscar Isaac,
like
you
me.
know him? I don't think you've got any superhero powers.
No,
staying in your flat and doing nothing.
Uh,
But apparently, Oscar Isaac was inspired by Carl Pilkington. So, informally, Carl has entered the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU.
Right, as an Egyptian hero.
Yeah, as a kind of superhero. He's not in it, can I just say, just to not confuse you. Because I wouldn't want.
What the fuck is he in? What's this anecdote about?
No, Oscar Isaac was inspired by Carl Pilkington. It's just really strange because he's a big sort of Hollywood star. So it's curious that he would be, inspired by Carl Pilkington, who, for all intents and purposes, is quite a kind of, unknown person for, I don't know, in America. Is an idiot abroad as popular in America as it is?
We spoke to Lisa Ullman, and it was the podcast was quite popular. No, but she did it in America. She's American. Scroll, I just have to come to this comment. I think there's been a vape up there. It's probably my favourite comment ever. If anyone's if you can come up with a better comment than that, then I'd love to read it. I think there's been I think there's been a vape up there. Testicle time. Do you want to have any fanny facts? Unfortunately, I don't. And no, I don't think Miles does either, to be honest. He's got a girlfriend, but that's so much.
So Oscar Isaac said, there's an opportunity here to do something very special. What about if we make him English? What if, like, Peter Sellers was approached a Marvel project? Oh. What would he do? He said he was inspired by, Carl Pilkington's voice and accent and the kind of unintended kind of consequences
what's the Egyptian bit? How could he be Egyptian and have the voice of Carl Pilkington?
Well, it's that's the one because the character's English and he's living in London, and he takes on the persona of this Egyptian god called Moon Knight.
All right.
So he said, it's just interesting. I just think it's quite an interesting fact. But no, you're right.
A lot of people are inspired by Carl Pilkington in terms of.
But not a Hollywood star. Like
not
quite an interesting place to take influence or inspiration from. Do you not think?
We contacted a Hollywood star with a script last week. He didn't get much. Still waiting for feedback.
He might not be listening. Anyway,
he's probably if you are.
Carl is also going to be appearing as DC Phil Bailey. That's his character's name in The Thief, His Wife, and the Canoe. And apparently the series is based on true story. I'm sure everyone knows this by now because I'm always like. I spend too much time searching for Carl Pilkington in Twitter. Known as John Darwin disappearance case, he faked his own death to claim life insurance and avoid bankruptcy. And do you know, I did post this on Twitter, but I think it's quite funny. Philip Bailey, the very same Philip Bailey.
It's great.
Who's Chinese.
Love it.
Have you ever heard that song, like, all the way through?
I have, but if I ever hear it now, it's only that bit, and then it goes to.
Oh, there was lovely. There was this guy. There was a really nice guy. This guy, he made songs. He did songs of phrase, but he's done them to music. So literally, you saw it, didn't you?
Yeah, he does it. Yeah, I've seen
it. This hairy Chinese. What?
No, that's brilliant. All those songs that are involved in there, I can't hear without wanting the next song next.
I know. whatever you listen to.
Especially, what's her name? Who's the one?
Who?
She just the word
Lisa Stansfield.
Lisa Stansfield, yeah. Remember we checked out that song and it was so shit.
When was the last time you listened to a Lisa Stansfield song?
Probably then, when we checked it out.
I can't think of anything she sings. But what do you think Carl's going to be like in this?
I don't know. I think he'll be good overall. He's a good actor. He genuinely is a good actor. So it's a serious thing. I think they're going to do it slightly comedically, the piece of drama, because it is a comedic story in a way. It's so ridiculous. So I think he'll show a good version of himself.
Yeah.
Like what he can do.
Would you ever fake your own death to claim life insurance? Sounds like something you'd do.
I would, yeah. I don't want this to be used as evidence in a court case later down the line.
Double Indemnity, isn't it? That's that film that was all about that.
Okay.
Where they faked a car death. Yeah.
Let's talk a bit more about Double Indemnity. I want to plot synopsis.
Well, you've never seen the film ever, apart from the King's Speech. So no, I'm really excited. I think Carl, out of all of them, can handle the serious acting the best. And I actually think, because I actually don't think he is a natural sort of comic actor. He would rather play it straight in a way, I think.
He's a frustrated actor still. He is, but he's frustrated, because he's so good.
Impersonating a police officer, Just make a note of. Dad does a bit of light thieving.
Oh shit. But no, he's like, that's one observation Ricky makes during series 2, I think, of the XFM shows that is very true. Like, I think Carl's a genuinely good actor, and Ricky will know as one who is. It's true. He is a very good actor. He's good in everything he's acted in, and he is acting to a certain extent in the XFM shows as well.
Well, I was watching back on some old Carl Pilkington promo clips for Sick of It, and he tries his best to put off people watching it as much as possible. That's why I love his no-nonsense attitude to marketing, where he's like, look, you've got to be in the mood. Don't watch it thinking it's going to be An Idiot Abroad or Mind If I. This is totally different.
He said that, yeah.
And I just think that's, he probably does that for most things now.
I know someone who didn't know him before at all, and she watched that and she thought it was a documentary. She genuinely thought this man, Sick of It. She didn't know Carl, but Millie.
Oh, Millie was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Shane Meadows. I mean, we said it before. All right, don't air your dirty laundry out here, please. Keep it light.
All my laundry's clean and fresh, Ariel fresh.
I can't imagine you doing laundry for some reason.
I love it. I love doing laundry. I love watching the washing machine go. Seriously, I do. Let's catch up with some kind. He said, Patrick Stewart's production comment. Exactly. They won't take it. Ollie.
So Rob Banks says, I'm on a train from London to Manchester and it keeps cutting off, so may have to watch it another time. And the little lad is just sat next to me and is talking to me. Maybe ask him if he wants an arm wrestle.
To be honest, Rob, I think you should get off at the next station. Leave the lad on there, that's fine, he can carry on. And then you should listen where you can get some proper 4G, mate. Or you taking the piss and not listening properly. No, that's good. Good to see you, Rob Banks. I
met Rob at the quiz as well.
Oh, did you meet Rob at the quiz?
Yeah.
All right.
Had a smoke and a drink outside.
Did he ask about me?
Harry says, who do you think is the best actor out of Ricky, Steve or Carl?
I think it's got to be Ricky still. I think it is Ricky because of what he did in The Office. And I know he's not a great actor in certain more recent projects, but he's so good in The Office, it has to be Ricky.
But would you just limit it to The Office? Is that what you're basing your full opinion on?
Yeah, because I think that's good. That's enough to base it. It's so good that it trumps everything else.
Yeah, once you've got a character as amazing and memorable as that. I mean, I actually think Steve. It's weird that Steve didn't really come into acting until kind of after the sort of stand-up Hello Lady stuff. Well, I suppose he did bits and bobs and extras, didn't he? But not as like a main character.
He did everything Ricky's done, but about 5, 6, 7, 8 years later. So his stand-up started later. Then he progressed to TV production.
Well, Mr. Gary Forrestal, can I tell you this? Moving on to... So Steve did an interview for The Last Laugh, it's called. And the interviewer talks about his relationship with Gervais. And on free speech, I would normally cut that out if that
yeah, that's why I always tell him to leave them in.
That's what pisses me off about live streams. I really want to cut it, but I can't be bothered.
Do you know how much pressure there is on you not to fuck up now? From now, that's how bad that would look. So I'm sorry, I don't want to put it on you, but
I know. And also,
it's all
the
chilled
stuff
out there. We don't care.
about
No one cares.
All the stuff I was saying before about my
Lorena thinks it's Steve. So
anyway,
thinks Steve's the best actor.
So he says Ricky has got a bit more of a punk rock sensibility. He's braver and willing to kick the system rather than Steve. And then Steve said that he wants to be let into the system. And I love that as a little observation or a theory that Ricky's very anti-establishment. Whereas Steve, he's like, he has always kind of wanted to keep all doors open.
Ricky's
and
fake,
try his hand at most things.
Yeah, Ricky's fake anti-establishment though. I think he'd love to be part of the establishment, and he is.
But I think Steve wants to. He shows that sort of willingness to like learn and from other people and try his hand at new things. Whereas I think Ricky is more like, well, I can do it, and he's still living off that kind of celebrity.
Steve definitely thinks Steve knows he needs a good team around him to make something good. Like Ricky, I don't think does. You know, Ricky you obviously need a team of people if you're acting and filming and things like that, but Ricky doesn't need he thinks he doesn't need a proper team around him to develop and conceive an idea. Steve, I think, does.
Yeah.
Still.
And he learns like new things, doesn't he? And Ollie Jenks just said, good point. Steve presented Have I Got News for You and BBC Radio 2. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because they talk in like they joke about presenting Have I Got News for You, and at that time the radio show was going on. To think that Steve would ever be presenting Have I Got News for You is just ridiculous. And
could you say something sort of clever and satirical about George Bush?
Sounds like a. No, I'm not even going to go down that road. Craig D says, I only got round to charity episode of Office yesterday, and Steve really does look how Cole describes him in that.
How have you
charity? I'm
just
saying, Craig.
Wow.
What have you done with your life? I mean, probably better than I have, but do you know what I mean? That's a low bar.
Yeah.
No, I'm surprised. That's good. What did you think of it? Let us know.
So they talk about rumours of a falling out. Apparently, this is always a bit of sort of RSK lore, isn't it? Everyone believes that there was some sort of big.
Yeah.
But Steve says he's never seen Afterlife. In fact, we never watched each other's stuff. And he did bring up, which I haven't heard an interviewer bring this up before, but you know the tweet where Steve says, "Oh, the biggest movie cliches are people watching dead wives." And
someone had said, like, "What's your biggest movie cliche?" And he replied to that, just saying, or he retweeted it saying, exactly that." And everyone knew, what he was referring to.
But apparently, well, or did he? Because in this, he said, "We never watch other people's stuff." As I said, apparently he was watching Minority Report at the time. And there's a scene where a child watches. Have you watched Minority Report? Spielberg film?
Sorry, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I was.
No, I haven't watched Minority Report. No,
you were arrested for the murder of Sarah Marsh.
I've heard that.
Yeah, it's not. It's actually quite an underrated Spielberg film, in my opinion. You'd like it because it talks about like determinism and. Well, he was just 17. Well, you know what I mean.
I can't wait. I'll check it out tomorrow.
But yeah, everyone basically assumed that was a dig at Ricky, but apparently that's not what it was.
I think it was, and it's too much for coincidence. And in the interview, he's a bit scared to say it. Of course, it was a bit unrealistic.
Bit unrealistic. And then, so how do you feel? We talked about Will Smith being he's now been banned for 10 years.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Good. Don't care.
Next.
No, I quite liked him. You said you didn't really like him before. No. I liked him before, but the worst aspect of it was for me was that he laughed at the joke. Everything else, if that hadn't happened, it would have been more understandable. But to laugh at the joke, he was wholeheartedly laughing at the joke, like genuinely laughing at this joke. And then to do that, you've lost all your moral authority, mate.
My girlfriend would go mad if I protected her like that, stood up for her. She'd go.
You also wouldn't. because you would never do
not,
that
I'm
to
terrified.
someone. In fact, you would go up to them and shake their hand or something because you was like, "Oh,
Bloody
such
good
a good
joke, mate.
I haven't seen Minority Report or anything.
So
no,
Ricky
I haven't seen a
Ricky
lot.
has responded to the ban, and he said he reshared the news on Twitter, where he spends most of his time. Little dig there. Hopefully, he'll only do 6 years with good behaviour, and he previously commented on the event saying he called the joke tame. He says, you don't hit someone over a joke, however bad it was, and it wasn't bad. That was like the tamest joke that I would have ever told.
Well, he's putting himself at the centre of a story that doesn't involve him there to some extent. But, yeah, it's not the... Yeah, he probably would have told worse jokes. But it isn't a great joke. It's not a good joke. Like, I'll defend... But the thing is, Will Smith laughed at it, so you can't... He's lost everything. Authority.
It's not really... Was it about the joke, or do you think it was about more gender politics, wasn't it? Trying to
that's an interesting... Yeah, no, it will... It's a lot of things going on. Rage as well. So, on the day Outlaws was released in the UK, Ricky tweeted about watching the new series of Curb. Seems a bit weird to me. Yeah, again, these things aren't coincidences. This is like... They do this, they know. They don't engage directly ever, but they can't... It's like the Soviet war, sort of, you've got US and Russia. They never engage directly, but they engage in proxy battles, like in different places.
You think there's a bit of a Cold War going on between...
It is a bit of a Cold War, yeah. They won't engage directly because that's mutually assured destruction, but sort of little vicarious digs.
Do you know there's such thing as a hot war as well? That's when you're not doing it over information.
Yeah. So should we talk more about war?
So I just want to know, like, what's a warm war?
What do you think about war, listeners?
How do you like war?
What's your favourite temperature of war? What do you... anyone have a copy of Ladder 49? Well, actually, I think, Miles, you do have a copy of something, don't you? Didn't you get Ladder 49?
We showed them last time. I didn't buy Ladder 49. I did buy loads of other stuff. I did win a copy of Illegal Briefs, I think. No, Executive Decision I won at the quiz.
Executive Decision.
I gave it to Paddy because I was like, I think he actually wanted it as well.
It's a good film, probably.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, I think I've seen a bit of John Grisham stuff. I think it's John Grisham, isn't it? Will Smith's reaction was exactly like David Brent in The Office when Gareth makes the Nelson Mandela joke. Sort of, yeah. Sort of, Rob. Rob, I hope you've got off and your child's on a train unattended. What? Will Smith annoys me. Well... He didn't annoy me before that. I thought it was alright. I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, but can you think of another thing that you liked Will Smith in, apart from Fresh Prince?
Yeah, the next episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air the next week. The following one. And then the following one after that. No, I don't know. But he seems a decent guy. But
look, that's all by the by.
Listen, we just want to say, we're not banned from the Oscars for 10 years. So if anyone is interested... Get in touch. Do you know what I mean? Unless we are banned, we're shadow banned.
What do you So we're here to discuss. Thank you, everyone, for your continued support and listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we have now reached another milestone in the Trout, in our sort of time doing this podcast, because we're now on series
1 billion
4.
views.
We're not even. I'm quite excited about turning 100k downloads. We're not yet there. 70k. Check this morning.
It's not in a day, I assume.
No,
that's not a daily figure.
No, that was since November 2019, love. Well, but we're discussing we're going to do a little retrospective today of series 3. What are your sort of general thoughts, Gary, on series 3, and how do you feel about picking up on series 4?
Yeah, there was a good emailer who you can read out that was sort of, Series 3 is the last of the great stuff, and I kind of agree with him. Series 4's got some good bits in it, but Series 3 isn't great the whole way through, but in general, as a body of work, it's fantastic, I think. We've got our best bits from each episode, and we'll kind of go through them, but...
do you want to pitch up those? Do you want to tell me some of your favourite bits?
Not really, no.
Yes, I need something, mate. I need something to work on.
Let's see what I've got here. Well, series episode 1 is, and it always will be. I haven't got it down, but takes, destroy the man. It's that bit specifically. It's not the whole bit. Takes, destroy the man, and also on about 3. That's a highlight.
Well, it's just funny, isn't it? Because he did the whole of series 2, knowing what, learning what working with Ricky and Steve was like, and he really didn't want to come back. Like, think of that. They might have stopped working together after series 2. And how sad would that have been?
I think they really did. They all wanted to come back. I think, in reality.
I mean, Ricky definitely overplayed it.
Yeah, the first episode is quite tense, a bit almost too tense. It's one of those episodes where it's so Ricky does make fun of it in a good way, but also there's genuine tenseness that kind of bubbles over. I don't like particularly. Milestone. That's great.
Good.
Oh, because
But I've got a comedy name.
Can Will Smith go to the Welsh BAFTAs?
Well, do you want to go to Welsh BAFTAs?
I don't want to go to the Welsh BAFTAs.
Bloody Corbett. It's always a Corbett, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, come on. Get the extras reference.
In my mind, you look like one of those 13 blokes. Yeah, I said that in some other context to Mars. I haven't juiced on Simon Mayo, but I've come close to it. That's all I'm going to say, and you can work the rest out for yourselves. He always got away.
I do think so what are we talking about? So they came back.
Sorry, just for legal reasons, that's probably not true, but just wanted to say it's not true. But
you're obsessed with legalities, aren't you?
Well, no, it's when I'm talking about masturbating of someone, Anyway, I was only joking with the legal stuff. Anyway, go on. What's your favourite from episode 1?
Oh God, I do like the sort of happiness chat.
I'm on about 3.
Yeah, on about 3. Always said, "Oh, talk about happiness." Oh yeah. It's just so sucky.
Yeah. I was gonna
but I do. This is the start where Ricky is really starting to dig into him about having the Mondays off and like not working. Like that all existed in series 2, but it literally comes to head in series 3, doesn't it? You think of how much they have to go through. I think this sort of series is kind of, when I sort of think of it, it's always Suzanne's fat ass and all the slagging off that she gets. She gets a bit of a rough time.
At the beginning, she does. It's amazing.
But it's a reoccurring event. It's like a sort of through line through the whole.
Talking about it again on air and in a way.
Yeah, and then the Pulp Fiction thing where they do Suzanne's getting a haircut.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a great haircut. Have you seen Dave Hill's hair? Got that
I have. I did.
Very
I looked
trendy
it up.
haircut.
I know.
Do you like
That's
that?
not good. Let's see what people think. Ricky squeezed everything out of Carl, and it's mean to him because Carl won't try harder on these new episodes. Well, yeah. I mean, he still tries very well. I mean, doing those Carl in the films is a fucking load of work. I know what you mean. Literally squeezed Carl, Craig D. Yes, he literally squoze and then squoze Chimp Pimp. That's a nice 3 little comments in a row. Was it series 3 when Carl introduces his new feature, The Rice is Right? No, that's series 2.
Isn't it?
That's way back in series 2.
We've got also Harry. I think Harry's here, isn't he? I think he's listening.
Harry Stone. It's off topic. Yeah, he told me I look like I was jizzing on Simon Mayo, which I have.
He's given us a really great email, and I thought we could just read this out, and it kind of summarises series 3 really nicely.
Do you know I don't want to?
He's right here.
I'm joking, of course I do, Harry. I've seen it a little bit. But before this, I'm just going to say, because Rob Banks is here, that Rob Banks is a Patreon as well. I think Harry's a Patreon. Like, you can join us over on Patreon. Miles, if you've got the link maybe to put into the chat. Kind of.
Yeah, do you want to do that now?
Yeah, put the link in the chat. Just say, because we said before, we've toned the fuck out of the Patreon stuff.
So Harry said, what are your favourite? I asked what people's favourite moments on series 3. Carl's story about the leech coming out the guy's nose and look of frightenedness, and didn't say that. Yeah, my favourite. That's what I've got for my favourite.
Wasn't a beaver.
What's a beaver? That's one of my favourite quotes out of the whole thing.
All right, an otter.
All right, an otter. Are you going to choose? And Carl's constant digs at the anteater that he hates so much in this series.
Yeah.
The old Mother Hubbard discussion that came up more than a few times, and we did actually discuss that. That episode just went out. I finished editing it yesterday, and I put it out like I was so bored yesterday. I watched that Jimmy Savile documentary. I was like, oh,
it's not a
Friday night.
documentary. I told you about that.
On Netflix. No, on Netflix.
Yeah. It's a dramatization.
No, it's not. Not on Netflix.
Oh, this is something different then. There is a dramatization.
Yeah, I was just like, it was just me, girlfriend's away. I'm gonna sit down. A bit
Jimmy Savile, get done. Chinese. It's good night in.
Yeah.
Why don't you invite him round next time?
Yeah. It's so funny. Well, that's not funny, obviously.
Cheers, Ollie.
Sorry,
Ollie's.
No. So what were we talking about? A lot of people's favourite, a chalk ice. So that was a lot of people's
favourite. Thanks, Ollie.
That episode has just gone out, by the way.
Yeah.
I should say that was my point. Let's just do the join us on Patreon plug.
Rob seems to have been recruiting other people on Patreon. Ollie says he's on Patreon purely because of Rob Banks. We can't get any bloody person on Patreon, but Rob Banks is doing it for us.
Don't beg. It's not good to beg.
No, I'm not begging. I'm just saying, Rob Banks, can you do some more work, please? Please.
Yeah, well, can you hand out some?
No, that's cool. If that's really good.
The
little fella on the train has just signed up too. Oh, hang on, Ollie and Rob, you're not on the train together, are you? Sorry.
Oh, cheers, Ollie. I can see.
Yeah. And no, that's really nice. You better not be one of the 50p ones in dollar amount that works out to about 50p in Australian dollars. $1.
I do really.
No, I'm joking.
The Salmon Rusty chat's very funny. I think also Steve's getting just all the sort of unlucky in love stories with Series 3. I also love about Series 3 is the Jonathan Ross stuff. I was just listening to that in shops. Yeah, every time I go to the shops, keep mentioning this before. I always keep buying booze and toilet roll. That's all I seem to have in my shop basket. But anyway,
cider will make you shit yourself, as I know from personal experience. That's true as well.
But I love the Jonathan Ross bashing on this.
Yeah, I'm not that much of a fan. I just think. Do
you feel like they are sort of separating at this point, like Ricky and Steve? Like, when do you think that point is?
No, I don't think they are, because they're still at this stage. The Christmas specials hadn't gone out, so they hadn't been made. I don't think they were. And remember, they did extras after this for another few years. So no, they don't seem like this.
I just want to know what the sort of catalyst to them not talking, because I do think, double acts and comedy, they do fall apart, right?
Well, I mean, us two. It's two people here.
I wouldn't call this comedy.
We've fallen apart before. We haven't even made it.
We've never fallen out, me and you. I don't think.
At the spa. Anyway, I'm joking. Let's not go.
The spa.
The spa. No, we'll get that.
Okay, so the Harry Goes On, Hit Parade and Shit Parade feature.
Yeah,
I'm glad it wasn't done each week, but it was nice to hear them genuinely critique unknown music. Also, good, all three of those songs are forever stuck in my head.
Yeah, I
like that feature.
I do like that feature.
What do you think, Carl? What do you think, Carl? I'm not that bothered.
Not into music. It's funny music. After you won the arm wrestle. Oh yeah, Rob Banks, interesting fact. Ollie and I met in Vietnam 4 years ago. If that happened, right, then I'll transfer you £1,000 if you can prove that. That's true. Bonded over our knowledge of Carl, not in a gay way. It was stopped just as well. That's fine. Sorry, you two. Do you want to get a room? I mean,
it's a private chat.
Or you, why don't you host actually? Because you're doing better than us at the moment. I'm serious. Are you two a bunch of benders? Well, we bend things, but it's all right these days.
Are you sure you're not?
Are you sure you're not a bend?
Carl's story about the baby born without a knob and having one transplanted from another one, who luckily had enough 2 knobs.
She's got a carrot.
This is my all-time favourite Ricky quote, which includes the verbatim goes, "It's always Guatemala or Mexico, Rodriguez. Luckily, baby next door, 2 knobs. What a load of shite. Say a record."
Honestly, because we do our favourite quotes every episode.
That is a lucky hospital, though, isn't it?
What? Oh yeah, yes,
A couple of
that,
nods.
I
Like,
don't think it happened.
and I'm
But
not talking about this podcast.
no,
No.
but when we write quotes for our favourite quotes, and I write Ricky quotes out sometimes and to say
Just a
them
nod.
later,
Cool
and
it
I
down.
just it's so hard to write out. You end up it's just ridiculous, and it's like it's so hard to write verbatim because he puts in that
I
extra
know.
little bit, and it's so clever. It's really hard to do.
It's
Like
like the
Steve could never
lines
do
are
that.
already funny, but like the delivery, to deliver those lines in the way that he does with his, the Ricky slur or the, when he's sort of like half cut and a bit drunk.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, very good, very clever, very
How does
underrated as well.
then we asked how does it compare or stand up against the other series? So Harry goes on, not as good as Series 2, maybe marginally better than Series 1, and definitely better than Series 4. Some of my favourite moments of the
I
entire show
agree.
are in Series 3, but is obviously far shorter than Series 2 and not quite as raw as Series 1. Overall, though, a brilliant series. I would genuinely agree with that. Actually,
Very good.
I would put
Yeah,
it above Series 1, I think.
I
Would
would
you?
put it probably. Yeah, I think I would. Although remember from series one, you've got so much of the classic stuff that was then used later in series two and three and
Yeah.
four and beyond. That
I find it quite hard to listen to Series 1. I quite because I naturally don't think it stopped. Whilst
they're
it's
not.
really, really good, I don't think it really gets going to Series 2. I mean, that's why we obviously started with
Yeah.
Series 2.
Yeah, we decided to start with Series 2 because that's kind of the bit where the relationship has formed to an extent. It's
Yeah.
forming in Series 1 and it's formed to a lesser extent, but it's actually formed from Series 2 onwards.
Mm.
But Series 1, yeah, at the very beginning, Carl's not that involved, it's kind of Carl's getting more involved. But we are going to go back on Series 1. We're going to do, after we've done all Series 3, haven't we? We're going to do Series
we've done a
4,
lot
and then
as
we're
well.
going to go back to Series 1, and then after that, we don't know, but there's like 50 Series 1 episodes, so.
But it's been a really good sort of run of Series 3 sort of for us as well, because we've spoken to some great people. We spoke to Daniel Sharman, who joined us for the Best Bun in W1. We had Tom Fordy, who is the journalist from The Telegraph. Why The Telegraph? And yeah, sort of showcasing the appreciation on the 20th anniversary of the shows. And we spoke to, obviously, the man with the knowledge, Steve Taylor.
Now he has knowledge.
He has a lot of knowledge,
and he wants to get it out. In all seriousness, you owe me £1,000. Oh, did you really be in Vietnam? That's amazing. Like, I want to go back on that, and what we could do is you send me 2,000, and then I'll send you 3,000.
Look, the world is bigger than your flat, Gary. There's a whole world that exists outside the place.
No, it doesn't. Chris got enough crisp boxes here to last me a lifetime. I do actually. I might turn the camera later.
We've got some.
No one wants my poetry yet.
Guests in the pipeline. So we're speaking to a guy who was the imaging producer, who worked alongside Carl and won a couple of Sonys with him. He now runs a audio production company, and he's in the pipeline. I can't remember his name straight off the
Val.
But he genuinely worked at XFM. And then we're talking to Vic Sharma, who wrote the music for An Idiot Abroad and Fighting with My Family. So really want to discuss that, like the experience of working with, Steve and Carl, but like the music to An Idiot Abroad adds so much to that show. Do you not agree?
Yeah, no, totally. It does. It's a lot. I've been done for £1,000. That's why I've just
You're just
otherwise engaged.
Well, you owe me 27 quid.
Well, that's a separate thing. I do actually owe Mars £27, but Ollie Jenkins, I do believe you. By the way, no, you wouldn't be so mental as to kind of both claim it. So that's crazy. We should all meet in Vietnam. Do a little away day.
a Vietnamese lake worm.
I'll have a bit of photo. Oh, Lorena wants a photo. Vietnam later, yeah.
Then there was also, who else to talk to? Oh, we've got Ian Morris. We keep promising it, but we have to keep moving it because of our inability to read LA time and match that with BST.
Even though he was in London for the last time, so there was no issue with that. This still didn't happen.
Gary, can you share a picture of how many boxes of crisps you have?
Or maybe
Go
later.
on.
If you stay to the end, that's a little teaser.
Oh,
for
well,
you to
that's
stay
a
to the
tease,
end.
isn't it? Fucking hell.
No, it's a tease.
Crisps
I'm
and
a
poetry.
tease.
Wow. Fantastic.
So...
Switching off.
Yeah. Hang on, how many's your audience? It's actually gone down to 9. It has actually gone down. I don't know if it's because of that.
Here we go. The last
Guys,
part
if
of
you're
Harry's...
still with us, we love you.
Oh, God. Suck up.
We love you. No, I love me. Mars don't, maybe not, but I do love you.
No, the last part of Harry's email, and thank you so much, Harry. This is fantastic.
Harry is great, yeah.
But, how does it affect the dynamics of RSK as we move into Series 4? I think the end of Series 3 is the genuine end of what we all think is the golden period of XFM. Series 4 has some great moments, but it's 18 months down the line. Ricky is a much bigger star, and because they know it's only 6 weeks, that therefore it doesn't have the same level of consequence as early. So that's a really good point, actually.
Yeah.
Because 6 weeks doesn't... I always think, like, if you're going there every single week and you're doing a show, but if you know that it's coming to an end,
yeah,
you just like... That's it, isn't it?
You could say that about Series... You could say that about Series 3 as well. They knew that it was coming to an end. With the only one, Series 2, you probably can't say that, because at the beginning of Series 2, they probably didn't know they'll be filming, 50 weeks.
Yeah, but they're also not part of like the normal roster of presenters at that point, because they're almost invited on as sort of cameo guests in a way, like guest presenters. So they don't have that standard like that Saturday slot, because I think at the same time Adam and Joe had got a show at XFM. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's different. The mindset is completely different.
Yeah, but I don't think it's just that. I think it's the success and things that they've had. As their success increases, it's not the dynamic kind of falls apart, but not falls apart straight away, but just comes apart of the seams, and eventually, in the podcast, which we might go on to cover, they're kind of, I don't know, it's not scripted, but it's kind of...
Well, it's like what Ollie Jenks has just said. Ollie said, in Series 4, I swear they repeat quite a few of the same stories from previous episodes.
They do. But they don't do it always. It's not always done in, like, cynically, as in pretending it's the first time they've said it. I think some of it, like the Auntie Nora stuff, they're not pretending. Ricky isn't pretending that he hadn't said that before. The whole joke is they have talked about it before. But I agree with you. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I actually quite like Series 4. It's not too bad, but it's not the same level. 4. It'll be interesting to review it, because I haven't listened to it for a while, and to listen back and review will be fun.
Well, hopefully we can use your microphone. Simon Colnut just said, sorry, just joined. Have I missed Gary's £115 microphone?
No, it's here.
That huge throbbing. That's a big cock of a microphone. That is.
Yeah.
Big,
oh yeah, that yeah. Don't yeah. It's a big microphone of a microphone, I'd say.
It's weird. Do you know the thing is, you just got to get a better table now. I feel like.
Do you know what I use as a table? Is a printer in a box, still in a box. I bought it, paid for it. It came here, got delivered.
Can I clean your flat?
Polystyrene. It's got polystyrene in it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't open it. Cannot do it.
And the last bit of Harry's message, and then I think we'll have a little break.
How did you know about my £150 microphone, by the way?
Well,
did
I
talk about it now? I can't remember.
Your work's done when you go offline.
It's got a little stand. Hello.
Oh, that sounds nicer, actually, in a way.
Oh, fuck.
In Series 1 to 3, Carl and Steve, less so Ricky, who was very likely very wealthy by 2003, were genuinely worried at times about being fired or the show being taken off air, and thus affecting their livelihoods. It made for brilliant radio, with Ricky pushing the boundaries of what was acceptable, Steve tentatively going with it, and Carl trying desperately to restore some kind of coherence and order, but often coming across as the most offensive out of the three of them. By Series 4, that magic is somewhat lost, and is definitely a gateway to the podcasts, where they have complete autonomy with no risk of danger attached to what's being said. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy Series 4 massively and large portions of the podcast, but it just doesn't have the same edge as the earlier shows. It's why, if they did do a reunion podcast radio show now, It would be a completely different dynamic and one which I don't think I'd enjoy listening to.
No, I wouldn't. I would listen if they did it just out of interest, but I wouldn't want that. No.
I think
It's
they
like
will do. I genuinely think they will do one though.
probably,
Like
yeah. Just get
once
loads
their
of money.
careers have kind of tittered out, and not that they ever would. But I don't
Well,
really know where does Ricky go. Where does Ricky go now with his career?
well,
What do you
he'll
think?
probably do more Afterlife, won't he?
No,
I
no,
know
no.
it's the
He's
ending
not.
of the ending, but I know, but they say that and then they do another one. I don't know.
Yeah, but
He
this
must.
is the problem, isn't it?
It's
Like
worth
when
two
you
hundred
get that,
million.
I think he's trying to get. I think he would love to be cancelled or like to say something that's like the most controversial thing that's ever been said ever on popular
Well,
culture.
come on the Trout spinners, Ricky, and you could say anything you want. I did mention Lauren. Sorry, I did. You're right. I forgot. I forget things so easily, don't I?
Afterlife on the road.
That's brilliant.
Afterlife abroad.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't do another Golden Globes. He said that. Yeah, he did say that. I'm sure he said that and then done about 5 more.
Gary,
So
we're losing
exactly.
people. We've got 8 people watching now. We started
Okay,
off
listen, right.
on
If
12.
you're watching, right,
You've
I
got to
want
pick
you
it
to
up, mate.
just tell me what do you want from us? Because no, well, you can say that actually, but you know, people. It's Saturday. You know, people have got lives.
No, I think Ollie, you're right.
It's my
I
leg.
think he will. I think he will either present the Oscars or the Golden Globes.
He won't
Show
do
the
the
crisp.
Oscars. I can tell you, he won't do the Oscars.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Yeah, but Oscars been flagging ratings. I think it's what the Academies want.
I wish I'd earned enough money to not do anything.
Just
or
say
choose
something
that I
really
did.
controversial, Gary. You'll get our listeners up to at least 12.
Well,
Come on, say something.
I think there's
about
been a vape
minority
up
and
there.
offend them.
What if I vape up
Not
there?
offensive enough.
I don't know,
Okay,
manslaughter?
no,
By
good,
gross
good. Let's have a
negligence?
break because I want a cigarette and I need to use the
Oh,
bathroom.
okay. He wants.
Let's have a
Well,
comfort break.
let's have a break to lose. Just as we're losing listeners, that's the best time to have it, isn't it? Yeah, just as we're losing.
Okay, cool.
Guys,
So what we're
please
going
stay
to do
with us.
is we're going to have a little break. We're going to put
Yeah.
our mics on mute and video, and everyone go get a drink or.
Yeah, go get a drink. Just.
And
chill
what we're going
out.
to do, we're going to show some crisps. There's going to be a series 3 mini quiz. I've got 10 questions. Don't, Gary, do not. This is the tease.
No, just a little tease. It's a tease.
What? You...
Oh, sorry. Forget that.
All right, guys. We'll be back in a bit. All right. And do get your questions in actually if you want to start answering.
Yeah,
questions
will go right through the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And cool. In a bit. How do I turn this off?
You press the thing at the bottom. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back. This is what we always do on the podcast. Oh, I can't hear anything. Wait.
You've got to put your earphones on, love.
I hate wearing these bloody headphones.
Yeah,
Sick
but
of them.
you need them. We've got 3 people. We've got 3 people with us.
Okay,
All
3
right.
people. If you're still, Lorena, you're still here at some staples. Okay, I'll give a mouse mat to everyone who stays for the next.
You can't give
Will
away
I
that
do
mouse
that?
mat.
No, I will if they give me their address.
Oh, we've got a couple of spam as well.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's all that. Office DVD. Okay, let's see what happened in the break.
All right. So, what's gone on?
Anyone going to the RSK convention in Manchester? Was Simon Colnut, if that is your real name? Yes, we are actually going. We're doing a little.
Yes,
we're doing a live podcast.
Promote that.
Yeah, I am. That's what I'm doing. Simon asked that. He's not a plant. He's not. We didn't.
No, we're going to be doing a live podcast there. Also, the Wern and Blog are going to be there. I know Richard Anderson's going to be there doing some signing or something. Imagine that.
I mean, we've interviewed Richard Anderson. He's not. I don't know. I can't imagine him wanting the attention. He almost doesn't. He almost sort of eschews it. But I need a nap. Well, don't fucking not now. Do you know what I mean? Time it when we're not on doing a live stream, Lorena. Please. We've only got 3 of you.
Please.
No, I'm joking.
Hey, look, do you want to do shall we do a little quiz?
Yeah, the 2.5 people listening will really enjoy the quiz.
Well, let's do it for you, Gary, and you at home. Make sure you've got a pen and paper.
Office DVD. I will give a mouse mat to the person who has the funniest comments. If they then want to send me their address, I'll send them a mouse mat. So far, it's I think it's Ollie. I think there's been a vape up there. But you've all been
here we go. So series 3 quiz. So I've done. I've taken.
Yes, Harry. Sorry, Harry. No, it isn't. Actually, we've done far worse than that. You don't realise what bits get edited out.
Well, you didn't. Last week was absolutely atrocious.
No, it was.
I had COVID, and I don't know if I mentioned it. I did.
One of the see, Harry thinks this is one of the worst. Rob thinks it's one of the best. It's probably somewhere in the middle.
Okay, Gary, are you ready?
Still rubbish.
And is everyone here? Okay, cool. So, Every Boy's Fantasy, which was in at the first episode. Every Boy's Fantasy looks like who?
Lemmy.
Yeah. Well done.
Lemmy. Yeah.
Correct. Out loud.
She does. She does.
Yeah. She actually does. We were thinking about getting a framed picture. I think we'll have to get a framed picture of her.
Yeah. When we do a live show, we will. Yeah. We actually, it's another thing to plug in a way.
Lemmy.
We might do a live show in Edinburgh, although
Lemmy,
it's quite unlikely. Lemmy.
Yeah.
Let's let. I won't answer. So first, I'll throw a few minutes and give the audience a chance to answer. Okay, go on.
Sorry,
Question 2.
Keep talking over you. Sorry.
Question 2. Question 2.
Come on! Come on! Where did Steve's parents used to live in Bristol?
Yep, go on. So who gets it first? They don't. The chat's delayed a bit because it goes out a few seconds after.
Shut up!
Can my comments be voted funniest so Gary has to send mouse mat to France? Get the fuck out of it.
Gaze Road, well done, Craig.
Gaze Road. It's funny. What other chat from a live stream has people just a stream of people saying Gaze Road?
Why would you be afraid of saying that in a
Lorena, this is not just road.
Why would you be scared about saying that? Gaze Road. It's all right. It's not that bad.
Well, and actually, Chimp Pimp's the only one who's got it right because there is an apostrophe, and he mentions the apostrophe, so well done.
Plural.
Lorena, you just said road. I think you missed out big.
Okay, number three. Carl wanted his nickname when he was younger to be what? What did he want his nickname to be?
What did he want it to be?
I know the answer. What did he want it to be? Do you?
It's blatant.
Because it's what?
No, Chimp Pimp said it's blatant, but I think it's talking about something else. This is a great thing with chat. You kind of Brett, Lorena, you keep getting them slightly wrong, but quite right.
Wrong,
but
yeah.
Brett, Darren's got it right.
Oh, there we go, Darren. Well done.
I like Lorena how she's answering. She's
here we go.
Not quite getting it.
There's a good mix here of easy and harder ones. I consider this to be a harder one, maybe. Ricky's
is it a big stiff cock of a question?
Ricky's favourite film was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest before he saw which film? So it was his favourite film.
Yeah, I know the answer.
Well, you're boasting, aren't you?
Hang on, I can type it to you. See if I
The Godfather, Harry got it.
So
did Chimp Pimp. Well done. So,
everyone got it. Wasn't that? Well done, Neil. Well done, Chimp Pimp. Well done, Harry Styles. Sorry, it's my accent. No, Lorena, it's funny.
Harry Styles, did you say?
Godfather.
I love that. Also, that is one of my favourite quotes. And he goes, "It's better than that." No.
Sorry. So, what's my favourite film?
Sorry.
Maya, well done. The Godfather.
Maya,
on the buses, Crady. You're in line for a mouse map potentially. Harry annoys me. Oh, that's a bit hard.
How about Ricky's favourite musical? What was that? Oh, is it?
Oh.
It's not the thing, is it?
No, it wasn't Madness one, because that's what...
No. Okay, cool. Number 5. We're halfway there.
No, Lorena, you're great. Sorry.
The snack woman has a stand at which London tube stop?
Oh, that's a good question.
Thanks
that's
very
the
much.
best question you've asked. The only good one. I'd be interested if the listeners could get this. I can't remember this.
There are a couple of harder ones here.
Lorena,
I think one you might get, but because...
Yeah, I will get... Go on, Lorena.
I'm sure Simon Mayer used to Finchley Road. Well done, Harry.
The London one, Lorena, that's brilliant. Lorena, you're going to get a mouse mat at this rate.
I'm sure Simon Mayer used to do this one where he did the breakfast.
When he did the breakfast show. We could do a Komodo Mayo thing.
Stealing feature idea from Mayo's Shiny
Let's review some films.
Oh God, have you seen West Side Story? Have you ever watched that?
No, I haven't. I don't like musicals because people don't sing naturally, and Simon Mayo doesn't actually as well. I noticed that he says that to Mark when he's reviewing a musical. It's that musical where Russell Crowe's in it. And it's about the boat.
Les Miserables.
Yeah. You stole a loaf of bread. It was a loaf. I needed to feed my family.
You know what? Like Les Miserables is my favourite. You have got a bit of the Jean Valjean vibe going on with your beard.
Oh, well, but not
sort
with any
Brian
of the talent.
Blessed meets Jean Valjean.
Well,
do you have a 24601 like tattoo on your wrist?
24601. Go on, you do a bit of singing. Mars is. How's your singing going? You don't.
Well, this is the problem, right? Because I have actually cancelled cost of living, Gary. I have actually cancelled my subscription to the choir.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's that so you get an extra. I don't know. Weatherspoons. A breakfast every week.
Dinner. Okay, cool. Next one. Number 6. Carl buys what sweets for the woman with a marrow problem at the bottom play?
Okay, come on. This is gettable, people. Who's going to go in first? Lorena, I'm looking forward to your answer, whatever it is. I don't know what it's going to be, but...
Did everyone see that
tiny little thing?
Simon Mayo... What was that? Stephen Merchant picture of
that you
of
tweeted
him during the Thumbelina thing, yeah.
Oh, no, not during the
It wasn't Polos, Darren. It wasn't Polos.
No.
It was... they've changed their name a few times.
Was it Wine Gum?
Wasn't Wine Gum.
Was very Wine Gums, John? Some fruity ones, Lorena. Yes, technically, they were fruit involved.
Ah, there we go. Chimp Pimp's got it.
Opal fruits. I'll give that to Lorena as well, because... What?
Do they sell them anymore?
No, they're Starburst, aren't they? Because they said they're not. There's not enough fruit in them to call them themselves opal fruit. Yeah. I remember that. I was only about 10, so you could only have been at 4 when that happened. So it's showing my age.
Yeah, that was a big moment in people's lives, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All babies look like who, according to Carl? And this is based on that question where he bumps into his sister in the car park. He goes,
no, you,
not interested in babies. They all look the
they
same.
all look like,
Yeah,
no, you got it, Lorena, earlier. It's open fruits. Unless you're answering the next question, in which case I appreciate the humor. I do appreciate
all babies
the humor
look like wine gum.
I do think that's funny. Well, did you see the photo? Someone sent you a photo, Rob, of, was it
Franco
not of a penis? Or no, it wasn't of his penis. He wouldn't have done that. But have you seen it?
What?
You know that email, that inbox is to me as well. Rob says, "Did you see the photo I sent you?"
What's that?
I don't know.
Rob.
It's my inbox as well. I just don't.
It's not Winston Churchill, Simon.
Freno March.
Do you mean Groucho Marx? Jimmy Savile.
No. Winston Churchill, Jimmy Savile. Yeah.
Okay, it was Mel Smith.
It's Mel Smith.
Oh, now we got it. Here we go. Yeah, question. This is from Neil Doherty. What live show did Carl go and see with the woman? There was no point seeing again because there was a problem with Amaro. And we said that, didn't we?
No,
Awesome.
You've already talked about that in it. Yeah.
Oh.
What was the question, Carl? Oh, yeah, Neil. Yeah, it's Bottom, and actually, my parents went to Bottom. I've got a poster on my wall. Well, not now. I had a poster of Bottom. Really? They went to Bottom. Yeah.
Do you like that show?
Yeah, it's good. It was good as a child, particularly because it's very childlike, isn't it? Them smashing themselves over the head with trays.
I prefer I prefer the young
ones.
For a
flan.
Wasn't it like it wasn't a spin-off from the young ones, was it?
It wasn't, but it was kind of those two went alone from the young ones.
Yeah.
They were both in the young ones. I don't know if they wrote the young ones together, but they certainly wrote that.
Ah, so Rob did send a photo of Ollie Ollie and
Oh, that's cool. Oh, did you? I'll have a look at that.
Vietnam. Okay, next one. This is you've got to know the reference in this one, but I think it's good because it kind of shows sort of, I wouldn't know, I'm a shark. Okay, this one.
What? Is that about me? How dare you?
No, it's not about you, that's a quote.
No, it should be.
Stephen Merchant. Gary I do call Gary Shark Eyes, and you'll see why, because he's got those
Not even a living one.
Ding dong.
Not even alive, apparently.
Which UK comedian uses the catchphrase garlic bread?
Okay, come on, people. Who uses the catchphrase garlic bread? This is gettable.
You've got to know, the quote. But that is my favourite. Let's talk about favourite Carl in the film. It's got to be Kez, isn't it?
Oh, Kez, yeah. It's my favourite memory of Series 3.
Closely followed by Scrooge.
Yes, just purely because of the garlic bread. It's not a great one, but the garlic bread just makes it. But Kez is absolutely...
Oh, there we go. John got it. It was Peter Kay.
Define comedy.
Define comedy.
That's very
good. What are you talking about?
Very abstract way to answer that question. I like it.
Okay, two more. Oh, Gary, you would love this question. Because you like finance. How much did Gary lose on his first flat? How much did Carl lose on his first house in Manchester?
Oh, I always get this wrong in my head, and I had to look it up. So I did a tweet about it. No, I know it now. And okay, Lorena, yeah, got it. Sit next to me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Better than Moo. You are better than Moo, I think. From now on. I'd say you are. I don't know who
Peter Kay's brilliant. I don't want to be sat next to him. I think he's brilliant. Yeah, but you're friends with Ricky Gervais.
Yeah. Who would need?
Isn't it funny how Gervais and Kay both had that sort of rivalry?
Yeah, but it's not funny. It was just kind of its time, like. Because Phoenix Nights had come out, and some people like Phoenix Nights. As Ricky said, some people like Phoenix Nights, some people like The Office.
But true. I would never put those two shows together. Do you know what I mean?
John, that's exactly what I think it is. Or usually I did think it is not that. For some reason, that's in my head it was always that. And I did a tweet with it. I had to correct it. It's not quite Lorena as well. So now
Craig said, I feel like we need to remember this answer for the next XFM quiz. Shall I suggest it to I should suggest it.
Send him the video and see what he says. Yeah. See what he thinks.
Oh, well, I already know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You're sort of halfway between it.
Well,
it was
12.
It was 7K.
£7,000. Harry, I'll give you that.
Harry got it.
Because there's a delay between... Miles had just said it, but you did get it, I think, before it went out to you. So,
yeah.
Well done. And also, Maya, well done. It was 7.
Mm-hmm. And the last question is, where can you purchase a wife in China?
Ooh. The little shop, is it? I can't remember. The Chinese. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, look, yeah, you're right, Lorena.
The Chinese lady shop.
Yeah,
I'll be no answering that. And Rob, I have just seen your picture. Seen Rob and Ollie together.
Really? What do they look like?
Very nice.
Do you want to transpose their heads onto some...
A great bunch of lads.
Characters from pornography.
There they are. XFM listeners. Great
bunch of lads. Did they go to the Vietnamese lady shop or
cheap as Chinese? Oh,
it is cheap out there apparently. It's cheap.
Where?
In China, isn't it? Is it? Don't ask me. I've never been outside Brighton and Hove, or Watford suburb.
Anyway, that's the quiz, ladies and gentlemen.
Would any I'm not going to promote it, but does anyone like chess? Would anyone be interested in see? I just want to see, just to take a straw poll of like, would anyone want to? Because I'm gonna do my own streaming, but this is
duck stong on the menu.
Duck stong, fried or pilau. That's a good new name for it. The rice is right. Chinese lady shop. Lorena, you got it. Lorena now. I'm just looking through. Franco Marsh is my favourite thing. I think. Right, I'm going to be sending some mouse mats out to people here. I'd rather count my feet, Gary, than what? What did I? Than just
so, Gary, you promised earlier that people would be able to see the crisps in your flat.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask for poems.
Oh, we're going to ask for poems as well.
No, but I might not do poems. So,
look, we've got to do it. That was the real quiz, Neil. That was the real quiz. No one's going to have to throw a shoe over.
Harry, oh, great. Watch. I'll come join at... follow at Shoes Chess. Shoes Chess. Just follow. And then
show the fucking crisps.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Mister, I'm going to go up first because I don't want to see the rest of the flat.
What's going on in the flat? Look at that. Oh my, Gary, mate.
Anyway, that's...
Oh my God. Do you know what? I never ever see your flat. I only ever see this part of your flat.
You've slept in my flat. You know what my flat
a lot has changed since then, clearly.
There's a lot of boxes.
That's disgusting, man.
So it's disgusting. They're crisps. I legally own them. You know, I clean my teeth regularly.
You need Kim and Aggie to come round and do some decluttering in your house.
I think one of them died. So,
have they?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's not reminisce about who's died from cleaning shows. And,
who's died?
Chips. Guess the flavour. Okay, well, actually, what flavour do you think they are? There's several, but they all fall into one theme. If anyone can guess the flavour, if you can see it, then I don't know. But
I think of Gary's personality when you think of this crisp.
Oh, Rob, Rob would rather count his feet than watch me do a live stream. Rob, I'd totally with you there. I'd rather count my feet than watch me do a live stream, or do one. But apparently, I'm going to do one.
Do you want to do a bit of before we wrap up? Because I think it's time for us to go. I think
learn some chess. Learn some chess. Salt and vinegar. Yeah, you're right. Better than moo. Salt and vinegar.
How do you know that? Shall we do some poetry corner with Gary Forrestal?
Oh God, you do some poetry. I want you to.
Why am I doing your job?
No, because it's not my job. But I like to see you. I like other people to read it because it's like, the one I sent you yesterday. No, I'll do it.
I've deleted the message.
You
deleted it.
You deleted a message.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that she called. Oh, He's an idiot, Carl, isn't he? He's an idiot.
He's an idiot, Carl.
I really want to
there's
start
some guy.
I really want to start like a TikTok where I had two ideas, Gary. First idea was I either wanted just to recite or lip sync XFM quotes because I thought I could actually do that. Like Amber, I could do something like that.
I don't think. I think it's been done. It's been Cole's done that.
No.
Oh yeah, not Cole, with XFM.
Yeah. Yeah. Or what about this? What about if I take snippets of Afterlife and then I react and then I cut to me and I respond in a more realistic way.
Like, as if there's someone who does that on Twitter.
Because, like, things happen in Afterlife that just would not happen in real world.
Yeah, do you want some drugs?
And
a packet of drugs?
And I go,
you don't,
drugs.
Yeah, but you don't know about that world either.
Do you mean,
I'll have to do research for you for that to let you know.
I don't mind that. We can do that.
Okay.
I'm not... why are there? What is it? Shoes.
Why am I in my shoes? I've got a poem here. I could do it. I could do this.
Well, you do your poems then. Go on then.
Well, have you got any? Of yours?
Obviously not. I don't write poetry.
No, go on. I want you to just read the one I sent you yesterday. That's the. And then I'll read some more. What do you mean you don't have it?
I delete because I delete.
Why am I in my shoes?
Okay.
I've got because.
All right. Okay. So this is one that you wrote. This is one that you wrote about Rishi Sunak.
Don't say it. It's funny.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, this is about Rishi Sunak, everyone.
Sunak. He's got the touch, that political feel. He's nearly got the debit card right at the till. True man of the people, the realest deal. Why more than all else? Why has this giant such appeal? Like every people's champion, his spouse is domicile.
Non-domicile. He butchered
why you read this stuff out?
God, you butchered that. No, because I like. This is something I posted because someone said, someone commented and said, "You look like a Tic Tac," to me, and I do kind of.
The sweet.
So I put.
Where were you pointing at? Well, that's not funny.
Was it not funny? It's funny. I did a poem about June Brown.
Oh, go on. Let's talk about
No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. I'm not going to do June Brown one. Let's see. Saying pretty. No. So someone commented. You always say such pretty things. This cheered me up, and I said, saying pretty things gives a kitten wings. Who, as you fall asleep, softly a cappella sings. That's just a little poem to her.
Oh.
Tell what? Have we lost audience or something?
I'm tired.
That's nothing to me, John Price. It's nothing to me as well. Quite right.
I did watch that old June Brown episode of EastEnders.
Oh, it's
Pretty
good,
Baby. I mean, she is. You forget how much of a legend she was in a sort of.
Oh no, I
British
don't.
TV.
Okay. Pancake Day, Pixies came, despite their busy political campaign. They forgot the lemons. I said, no need to explain. Actually, I might be seeing things again. That's another one.
That's one of the better ones.
That's one of the good ones. Isn't it funny? Swans are aloof when it's sunny, yet not once have I seen one withdrawing significant money. These go like, I'm not claiming to be woke, simply soak 2 tolerant croquettes in 1 egg yolk. And that's supposed to be ambiguous. Another thing I said is use SIM cards as platters to put little cheeses and breads out on when hosting a woodlouse. That's not a poem, but that went down well live.
I like that one. That's my favourite one you've ever done.
Sainsbury's, swap your whole tomato section for barbiturates to increase customer loyalty. It's good, wood.
My God, you're deep. And is that about you?
Fisher Price. I went there twice. Once for the stakeout, then the big heist. That's it. Okay, this one. Tom Jones made clones to take calls when his wife phones.
Hey, Lorena just said, Miles reminds me of a young Gary Oldman. Do you know what I mean?
Don't.
Do you know what I mean? I'll take that. There's a man, he's a lonely man. Take a look at him, he looks a bit like Gary.
Roses are red, violets are yellow. I tremble with fear when the checkout girl says hello.
Better than Mr. That's one of the good ones.
That was Valentine's. I posted that on Valentine's Day.
Oh, well.
Let's see. No, there's ones I did.
I think we're going to have to cut it.
Richard E. Grant literally can't enter a home base without buying a plant. He doesn't need that extension lead. It's just his excuse to stock up on bird feed. And if you want more stuff like that, join me at Shoes Chest. I'm going to stream maybe later, even today.
Fantastic. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for listening.
So much, from your partner, you get so much sort of solidarity, and Mars is so, enthusiastic. Thanks, Mars.
No, look, it's been great, and thank you to everyone who's joined us today.
I'm going to give a mouse mat. Email.
I'm just still talking, mate. Just still talking. I'm just saying it's a lovely day, and I really appreciate you spending your time with us. I'm going to go to the... Your smile. I don't think it really creeps me out seeing you smile because I don't never see you
smiling.
Rob says thanks for making my journey slower.
I like that's Rob. You're getting the that's it. You're getting a mouse mat. I will send you one if you email in. I will swear I'll send you a mouse mat.
I'm sorry, guys. We didn't. Really
and Lorena, you can have one as well.
We didn't really plan this. We were just sort of winging it and seeing what happened. But we hope to do more of these in the future if that's at all of interest. We'd love to do more of these. And we do have lots of top guests coming up. Lots of Series 4. We're coming up to Series 4 now, so I'm excited to tackle those with you, Gary. I think it'll be interesting to finally reach the end of Series 4, because then we're going to have to go back to Series 1, where the Carly Pilbart... Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Sorry, okay. Well, this is what we do. This is what we edit out usually. But go on. What you said? It'll be interesting. Yes, Carly Pilt Boys, which we don't talk about. Carly Pilt Boys. We don't even mention their name. We don't even mention the name Carly Pilt Boys. Ever say Carly Pilt Boys? We never say Carly Pilt Boys. But anyway, Carly Pilt Boys started at the beginning of the series 1. We didn't, but it's a dynamic way, because every show we've done has been a progression from the next, because literally it has progressed in terms of time. But then we're going to go back to series 1, which isn't a progression; it's going backwards, which will be interesting, hopefully for listeners. Maybe no one interested in that.
Craig said, "I'm going to go, mate, because I'm bored of talking to you."
Yeah, I know.
Not me.
Craig, you're completely right.
I got a birdie for this.
Thanks, Marina.
It's worth it, isn't it?
No, really. I'm sorry if it's a lot. If I'll send you £10. Sorry.
Why are you promising things you can never deliver?
I couldn't send £10. I want to send not to rent. I'm going to send a mouse mat to people. If you email into our email address, I will send you a mouse mat. If you don't want one, it's fine. But I want to.
You will regret that, Gary. You will so regret that. 9 people are listening now.
Oh, well,
That's 9 times.
No bum tubes, though. He's done you, Miles. Yeah. There you go.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, everyone. Do join us
on
Patreon.
Seriously.
Incidentally, love to see you on there. There's loads of extra shows and stuff.
Yeah, we put videos. We put videos of ourselves. We put in the videos.
Gary tried to stick your tongue out and out to try.
But I did it so fast that you couldn't believe it.
I know, but I'm going to clip that video and put that in. That's right, isn't it?
I can do more, but if you extrapolate from that 7 seconds to a minute, I think you find I've beaten Anteater.
John says, I really enjoy the pod, guys. I happened across this during the first lockdown and listened regularly.
Oh,
excellent stuff. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
I like to say it's been a pleasure, but actually it was quite...
Thank you. Yeah, it was. For me too.
Yeah,
Chimp. You two Lorena. Come on, we're not the best. I mean, we are the best. We're the best 2 people podcasting on this stream.
Well, I'd say better than Carly Pilt Boys as well.
In fact, the audience are better than us, but better than Carly Pilt Boys. Do they do live streams? Do you boys?
I've never listened.
Do you Carly Pilt Boys?
Do you know what? I've never listened to them, and I should listen to them, because it's good to know. Because they are actually professional DJs as well.
Yeah, they can fuck right off. My God.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Let's have a little chat, and we'll stay for a drink. All right. Ciao, guys.
See you.
Bye.
Oh, thanks, Bellamy.